Hi class. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whichever you're watching the video at. Um, I wanted to say hello and welcome you to ethics and to talk about it a little bit. Um, Ethics is very personal. We have our own code of ethics. We have our own personal values, our own personal morals, our own personal code of ethics. I'm not here to try to change that per se. I'm here to teach you about your professional code of ethics. We're going to only look at a few of them because if you notice in your book, every profession in human services has a code of ethics. Actually, every profession has a code of ethics, but the book you have has mostly human services codes of ethics. But we're going to follow human services, counseling, and or social work. Those codes of ethics. The majority of the class we're going to focus on human services, but we may occasionally bring counseling and social work in because many of y'all, that's what you want to go into. And so we will touch upon it. But there are going to be times when your personal morals, values, ethics don't cohabitate well with your professional codes of ethics. And I'm here to tell you that you have to put aside your personal codes of ethics, values, and morals and follow your professional codes of ethics when working in the field. Our personal stuff makes us who we are, but our professional code are the rules that we must follow in our profession. They're what guides us. If we don't, there's a chance of being brought up in front of the ethics board for not following our code of ethics. And job applications in this field don't ask whether or not you lost a case to the Board of Ethics. They just ask if you've ever been brought forth in front of the Board of Ethics. And on the other side of that, you can, as I said, you can lose your ability to work in this field for not following your code of ethics. But if you bring somebody up on false accusations because you don't like them, you know, they're a noisy neighbor, they're your supervisor and you just don't like them, you want the job, even it's a teacher you don't like, because teachers have codes of ethics too that they have to follow, and you get a hold of the overseeing board for that and you bring a teacher up and it wasn't warranted, it could backfire on you and you would be the recipient of the investigation. So codes of ethics are tricky. You can't bring forth an accusation with malicion. Oh, you understand the word. I trip over words, especially with this camera here. I apologize, but you understand the concept of what I'm trying to say. You must be careful with your codes. Now, I need to explain that we are going to talk about religion in the class. We're not going to talk about a particular religion. We're going to talk about overall codes of ethics in religion and values in religion. We're not going to pick on, say, Catholics or Methodists or any others. I mention those two because those two are in my household. And so I have the right to speak on them, so no one can be upset. We're not going to talk about any particular dogma of a religion. We're going to talk in general about religions and some practices within religions. And when we say within religions, it could be 500 religions that practice that particular thing that we discuss in class. Now, the other thing that's also very touchy when we get to talking in class is abortions. I'm not here to say whether they're good or bad. I'm not here to make that judgment call, but I'm here to tell you, if you're working in the field, how you have to go about presenting yourself because of your code of ethics. I'm also here to talk about your code of ethics, your professional code of ethics, when dealing with someone you know, when you're dealing with somebody that there's an attraction to. All of these things. When I ask you questions about what would you do about a teenager being in a certain predicament, I'm not looking for your answer from you as a mother, father, aunt, uncle. The answers I'm looking for and what you need to be thinking about are your professional codes of ethics. These are your clients. They're not your children, and it's not to be looked at like, well, I would never allow my child to do X, Y, and Z. It's not about what you would allow your child to do. It's about you have a client before you, and this is presenting itself. What are you going to do with regards to the problem using your professional code of ethics? I just feel I needed to point this out. Some people think coming into ethics that we're here to change them personally, and that's not it. Now, along the way, if you decide you don't like those old personal values, morals, or ethics, and that you pick up a couple and you like to add those to your own personal, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. But all that matters is that when you're doing your job, that you know how to follow your professional code of ethics and how to put aside your personal values, morals, and codes of ethics so you can follow your professional values, ethics, and morals, because you do have professional morals also. These are important, and that's what we're going to discuss in class, and I felt the need to start the class with the video. So if you have any questions, you can email me. I do have office hours. You can pop in and see me. I teach this class face-to-face also, so if you feel the need to come sit in on the class to grasp a concept, I do allow it. I will talk to you later and see you online. Have a nice day. Bye.